What would a denationalization of Fannie and Freddie do in terms of mortgage business? That would be a positive for the banks if we saw a change. Would you expect a change coming out of here?
I think that's really hard to do. I think you see something. To me, the important thing is not whether Fannie or Freddie are national or public. It's what their policies are, and that they stay consistent and real. And if you want an amortizing 30-year mortgage, you're going to need something like Fannie or Freddie. Otherwise, it will disappear. So I think in America, you're going to have it. Whether you have 1, 2, or 10 is not as important. Whether it's public or private is not as important. But it is important that it be protected from political interference. Because when Fannie and Freddie were starting to be used as, for politics, create more affordable homes and stuff like that, that was part of, not only, but part of what caused the catastrophe.
Even in the face of this very strong economy, they took away the SALT deduction. You're a New Yorker, you live in New York, you lost the ability to deduct the state and local taxes. Was that the right move?
It's a hard question. The answer is yes. It should. I always look at questions, what should have been? It should never have been there. It should never have been there. And the American public, and people don't know this, 80% of the cash benefit goes to people making over $500,000 a year. 80%. And something like 70 or 80% goes to 5 states. And of course, in New York, my state, which I love, they say, we send more money to the federal government than we get back. Well, of course. That was supposed to be true when you have a very successful economy. Okay, that was not meant. That was meant to be part of the federal system. So now, how they phase it out, remember by increasing the standard deduction, having the $10,000. I haven't seen real analysis yet. 70% of people get to keep it. It's the 30% making over $200,000 or $300,000 or $400,000 don't get to keep it. And so I think it does create a burden for New York. But New York City and New York State can help figure it out, and maybe they'll change it at one point. But I always ask, what's the right thing to do? Answer that question first before you start yelling and screaming about what's good for me, particularly if you're a patriot. And so we have all these flaws in the system as people protect their own special interests, which I think is just a huge mistake.
So it's going to be more expensive for you and for me and for others in New York, but it was the right thing to do.
Yeah. Well, remember, they also cut the top tax rate. So I'm going to save, some couple of percent from that. And I have to pay a couple of percent more, even more from that. But it is what it is.
The first business president, I remember you were asked recently what you thought his tenure would be. You said another 3.5 years. Providing that the Democrats have a real candidate to push forward.
I wish
Do you still feel that way?
I wish I hadn't said it. I was talking about probabilistically, whether someone wants to run, how they are going to run, I'm going to have candidates or not. That's not my job. My job is to help get good public policy done, get the economy growing, help finance cities and stuff like that. I am not a political expert. I know no more about it than what you do reading it all the time.
So you don't know if he's going to be a one-term president or not?
I don't. Of course not.
Do you want to run for president?
But no. But of course, the thing about the Democrats is, they will not have a chance, in my opinion, if they don't have a strong, centrist, pro-business, pro-free enterprise person. The American public is not clamoring for more government. They were angry about the Great Recession. They kind of blame banks. They blame Washington. But they're also angry about the bureaucracy. They're angry about the VA, the DMZ. They're angry about the trillions of dollars that are spent that didn't work on various pet projects for people. And so both sides are right. We've done a lot of things in America that didn't work, and we haven't analyzed it and said, okay, let's get rid of this one. It didn't work. Let's try something different. And so hopefully that will be done.
You're right. You're right. There's no centrist candidate. What about Oprah?
I didn't see the speech. I heard she did a great job, and I have no idea.
All right, let me ask you about Bitcoin, because that was another famous comment that you made, that it's a fraud. Now we see institutions.
Which I regret making. The blockchain is real. You can have crypto dollars and yen and stuff like that. ICOs, you got to look at everyone individually. The Bitcoin, it was always to me, was what the governments are going to feel about Bitcoin. It gets really big. And I just have a different opinion than people. I'm not interested that much in the subject at all. So I'll leave that to everybody else to figure out what they really want to do with that.
I think it's funny that I just saw a study that millennials say, 30% of millennials say they'd rather invest in Bitcoin than bonds and stock. I don't know. I understand where you sit on it. All right, real quick on this.
I have a daughter who bought 2 Bitcoins, so.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Young people are into Bitcoin. So, but.
And she now thinks she's a genius because it went way up.
All right, real quick on markets here. With this tax plan and the savings for corporate America, would you expect the deal flow to continue and pick up in 18 and IPOs? Obviously, that was a slow start this past year.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we see a lot of M&A chatter and dialogue and activity. Most companies want to grow and expand and acquire and build and do R&D. That's their that's most places natural estate. The natural estate isn't to buy back stock and do dividends. And so I think you will see that, and having a competitive tax rate or growing economy will probably enhance that a little bit.
Jamie, any thoughts on rates and the fact that they're so low? I mean, the 10 years is a constant quandary.
Look, they've been lower much longer than people think, both the short run and the 10-year, and they've gone up slower than people thought. I think there's going to be a point in time they go up faster than people think. And I don't know if that now is that inflection point, but it wouldn't surprise me if that's sometime in the next 6 to 9 months. But if it's for good reason, like a strong American economy, that's okay.
And you mentioned a minute ago about the rest of the world growing. Are there areas that are of particular interest to you, looking at Japan, Europe, emerging markets?
Well, so China's accomplishing at 6 to 6.5. That's a huge economy. But the second largest economy in the world, effectively, is Europe. And none of us would have expected Europe, with all of its issues, to be growing at 3%. And it is. I think they have long-term structural issues. They also have leadership today. This new French president, he's young, he's dynamic, he wants to fix the problems, he's pro-business and pro-enterprise. He wants to help his countrymen, but I think he uniquely realizes you're not going to help your countrymen by damaging the economy. Those two things don't go hand in hand. So Brazil is completely turned. Japan, it's been almost zero growth for 15 or 20 years, and now it's close to 2. So those are surprises, and we should be grateful for those.